Xbox logo. Title, Xbox Games Showcase. Below it, a countdown timer shows 1 minute remaining. Marcus joins his squad, being covered behind a counter and appears in the produce section. This is the audio-described broadcast for visually and cognitively impaired viewers. Hazy motes of multicolored light shimmer around the black and green Xbox logo. Title, Xbox Games Showcase. Below it, a countdown timer shows 1 minute remaining. Text appears. Thank you for an incredible 25 years. And here's to the next 25. The Xbox logo appears below the text in its iconic translucent green. Text appears. U.S. and Canada rating pending to mature. PEGI 18. IARC and others 18+. An alert appears on a CRT screen. Civil emergency message. Kelowna District.
The Coalition Emergency Broadcast System. There are reports of multiple tremors causing minor damage across Kelowna.
Multiple other screens flicker behind blood-stained glass.
Stay sharp. Don't let them surround you.
A woman snatches a bloodied snub pistol. There should be more guns in the truck. At a car.
Here, strap these on.
On a dark street, Marcus hands out more sidearms.
This isn't enough.
Dom performs a functions check.
She's still headed to the police station. We're gonna have more firepower. Right. Yeah. It's about 2 blocks up ahead.
Okay. Shoot. Watch for civilians.
Gameplay, third-person shooter. Marcus and Dom escort 2 others.
Get inside now.
Marcus performs a perfect reload. Through the dark streets of Kelowna, dozens of locusts lope on all fours as they rip people apart. A cloud of red smoke bursts up through the street, an emergence hole. Several locust wretches swarm out. Marcus fires at them as civilians flee. He pistol whips one. He sprints past destroyed cars on an abandoned highway. A suspended train zips overhead as Marcus picks up a Nasher shotgun. He blasts apart a wrench just before it leaps onto a fleeing man, showering the streets with its blood. As more emergence holes appear ahead, a city bus careens off course. It crashes into a support beam.
You see that? Something big. Like huge traffic coming up from the street. Just get right on in. We need to keep moving. On the underpass.
Let's get moving.
At a police car,
Let me see what I can do.
one of the squad members leans in.
I'm at the fence, I need backup. These things are all over me.
More tremors.
Any ears out there? Anyone that can hear this?
The 4 of them look around as dust shakes loose from surrounding buildings. An immense E-hole erupts beneath the car. They dodge the car. A huge creature resembling a hand 6 fingers withdraws.
Open fire!
Dust clouds spill into the street as the holes cast an eerie red glow. More locusts swarm out. Marcus, now wielding a lancer, takes cover and opens fire on locusts resembling armored soldiers, drones.
Goddamn priest boys!
Marcus flanks, sliding behind a planter. Hit markers appear around his crosshair as he fires. A reload alert appears.
Reload! Cover me!
Marcus fires around a corner, then charges a drone. He stabs and lifts the drone with his lancer's bayonet.
All right. That gear said they're stuck in the pay and save. Which way?
It's on the other side of those apartments. At least that thing carved as a shortcut.
Through here.
Marcus leads the way. In a department store, a gear wearing full trooper armor blasts apart wretches. The barrel of his Mulcher miniguns rotate. He squares up with his fists, but the wretch explodes in a shower of blood. Marcus's squad appears.
Nice shot. Where the hell did you lot come from?
We heard your distress call.
Well, you saved my ass. But we need to make ourselves scarce. These fuckers keep pouring at me every few minutes.
The gear takes up a lancer as the ground trembles.
More trappers, watch it!
Marcus swaps to his lancer.
Yeah. Who are you? Where's your squad?
Now spattered with blood, Marcus takes cover behind checkout lanes and fires at a drone. He performs an imperfect reload, then downs a second one. Marcus runs up to slice its head off with the bayonet.
These things be coming in waves?
An unarmed drone charges out of a new E-hole. It pounces on
Cada
Marcus,
jogo
then
mostra
rains
que
down
vão
blows
lançar,
as the
né,
gear
gente?
attempts to block them.
Qual vocês estão provando?
Dom appears behind it and knifes the drone in the neck. He tosses the dead drone aside as Marcus heaves himself upright. A grenade's explosion closes the E-hole. Marcus fires at more locusts through the glass of grocery freezers. He clambers atop the freezers, vaults to another aisle, then climbs down behind a drone. He swaps to his Nasher. Blood showers the screen. Marcus rejoins his squad, taking cover behind a counter as an E-hole appears in the produce section. 4 armed drones appear. Marcus looks to his right as a drone stomps toward him. He attempts to reload. He stabs the drone with the bayonet, but it doesn't even flinch. The drone slams the rifle, snapping the blade off, then grabs Marcus by the throat. He grabs his snub. The drone grabs his wrist and wrenches the pistol out of his grip. The drone lifts Marcus by the neck, its thick claws carving deep gouges in his face. Dom and the other squad members fail to notice. Marcus's eyes drift closed. A chainsaw shreds apart the drone's shoulder, showering blood. Marcus collapses to the floor. The gear holding the chainsaw offers his hand.
That road's converge again.
Ty Caliso helps him up.
Marcus Phoenix.
Marcus looks him in the eye. Title: Gears of War, E-Day. In a montage, a boomer locust steps from flaming wreckage. Marcus slides, wielding a Nasher. He takes cover from a rocket fired by a spider-like locust. More gears stab locusts. Title: Gears of War, E-Day. Emergence begins October 6th, 2026. Green text appears. Play it day 1 with Game Pass. An Indian woman stands before posters of Gears. Asha Sharma, CEO of Xbox.
Welcome to the Xbox Game Showcase. For the past 25 years, years, Xbox has delivered some of the greatest games of all time. Games that changed what was possible, games that brought players together, and games that defined generations. Xbox was built on the spirit of creativity and heart. And as we kick off the show with Gears of War E-Day, it's only fitting that as we return to Xbox, we return to Gears. So today, we're announcing that Gears of War E-Day will be an Xbox console exclusive.
She smiles. Text appears over the title, Xbox console exclusive.
The core of Xbox is great games, and that's what today is all about. We're going to show you more than 25 titles from creators around the world, followed by our Gears Direct. Enjoy the show.
The Xbox logo floats behind her. Text appears. Xbox Game Studios presents. Text. In-game footage. Mossy overgrown ruins sit on foggy mountaintops. A haired woman in leather armor turns around.
Well, I was being crushed to death with seawater, mud, and manure. Holding on my sister's hand.
She swallows.
I remember her fingers gripped so tightly in mine that her nails drew blood. Until
She blinks, then shakes her head. Her eyes distant.
I lost her grip. But she stayed away.
Text. Playground Games presents. Title. Isabel, hero of Wraith March. The woman, Isabel, smiles.
I know why you're here. You want to talk about them?
A woman bats away an offered mushroom.
They're not real heroes.
Never seen a legend in the flesh.
All that power, how do they use it? Killing mindless beasts. Fighting petty villains. None of that matters.
No more to guilt. That's out.
A real
E aí,
hero
aparecido, beleza?
shows how to wield power.
Players duel beasts in a montage.
Don't waste time on trivialities.
You're back. And just like a threat. More important things to worry about than vegetables.
A hero knows how to live with their choices.
At a campfire.
What the fuck was that?
I was just...
You sent my brother into the infinite fucking abyss without even asking permission.
Remorse.
Isabel gazes off.
Remorse is for the guilty.
She holds a spear. Elsewhere, a man vomits in a tavern.
I will tell you what I told them. It's broken. I've got to mend it.
Red lightning topples a tower.
Albion doesn't need heroes. It needs a hero.
Gameplay, third-person melee.
I'm not a hero.
Lightning flashes. A sword is encased in a crystal. Isabel duels another hero in a cavernous fortress. She tumbles over a ledge.
It's me.
A title appears in golden scrollwork text. Fable. A young man's face is bathed in firelight. A hooded figure wearing a white mask emerges from flames. Text. Coming February 23rd, 2027 to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Text. Play it day one with Game Pass. Text. Xbox Game Studios presents. In flashes, UNSC Marines dash past Sergeant Johnson. Plasma bolts flash.
You've heard the story. Halo. The Chief.
Pelicans fly low.
Stuff of legends.
Chief helps Captain Keyes to his feet. Cortana's blue figure appears on a holoprojector.
But that's not the story I'm telling today.
Text. 1 year before the ring.
This one, you haven't heard. I've started simple enough. Drop in, grab the goods. Get out before anyone noticed. Well, guess what? They noticed.
Gameplay. First-person shooter. Wielding a battle rifle, then a plasma rifle, Master Chief downs several grunts and jackals aboard a cruiser. He fires a fuel rod gun, causing explosions to bloom. Later, Johnson assembles a Gauss rifle from an attaché case.
Now you ready to get to it? You serve long enough, you learn to read the battlefield.
Johnson covers Chief with the Gauss rifle.
This place, more of a freak show. And trust me, I know freaking.
A Sanchum.
Have you enjoyed your stay so far? Sorry to interrupt, but we're on the clock.
Johnson fires at a brute. It crackles with red electricity, then rips apart its comrades.
Think it's a job is. They always get coming.
A runt throws a plasma grenade.
Things change. Odds get worse. My advice, bring a spot.
Johnson pats Chief's shoulder. A purple ship trails bright light in high orbit. Text. 3 all-new missions. The legendary campaign evolved. Chief fires an assault rifle, then sticks a grunt with a plasma grenade. A warthog vehicle fishtails into a firefight. Title. Halo. Campaign evolved.
Chief, you ever get tired of being a strong, almost silent type? No.
Text. Available July 28th, 2026 on Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Text. Play it day one with Game Pass. Text. In-game footage. A white woman with henna on her face and neck surveys a burning village. Logos for Asobo Studio and Focus Entertainment.
It's like it calls to me. You and my father found that island thanks to me.
There's more to this than you understand. More than you can handle.
The woman knifes a man through the gut.
I've proven myself.
Have you really?
The sword keeps you alive. A dagger. Fight.
Later, she uses a dagger in an arena. Gameplay, third-person melee. She turns a dial.
Look at this place. It's mad.
An ancient stone statue towers.
The final confrontation is about to begin.
Where are the others? These were dead. They're all dead. Move.
She frantically sprints through crumbling ruins.
But you couldn't have said, hey, Lenny. You know those ancient death curse rumors? Well, maybe they're true. Still in?
A fragmented mosaic glimmers gold around a pit. Title. Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, coming August 27th to Xbox platforms, Steam, Epic, and PS5. Text. Play it day one with Game Pass. Logo for Atlas.
You ever heard of the Midnight Channel?
Text. Mysterious murders in a quiet town.
Domino might have been on that Midnight Channel before she died, too.
Text. The clues hide within the Midnight Channel. Reach out to the truth with your friends.
Oh, where are we?
Whoa.
Feels like we're someplace totally different. Watch out!
A spiteful haplary.
Whatever's going on here, we're getting to the bottom of it.
To wield the persona is to wield direct control of one's heart. And the heart is strengthened through bonds.
Yukiko.
Doesn't it sound cool?
Someone had to see that. I'm glad it was you.
Was that supposed to be him?
Good times never seem to last long, do they?
I hate you, sneaky, stupid, bully jerk. I can't wait.
So, shall we?
Really? Sweet.
Come on, don't call me that.
Teddy.
All shadows were originally born from humans. And that means Senpai got killed by her other self.
No! Get out of here! Don't look at me! That means you're just gonna stuff me back in your head and pretend I'm not real. I can't!
Gameplay, turn-based strategy.
You're right. Which means that we also gotta catch whoever's tossing people in here.
I think I'd like to help too. I'm not running away from this. Well, I have no problem taking down shadows.
So yeah, I'll be counting on you, partner. Let's team up and catch this jerk.
The team performs a joint charged attack. Title. Persona 4 Revival, coming February 18th, 2027 to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Text. Play it day one with Game Pass. Text. Xbox Game Studios presents. A cassette tape labeled For Caroline begins rewinding. A knob is attached to one of the tape reels. As it rotates, it winds up a dangling length of string. A ticker counts backwards as the tape rewinds. A grenade is taped to the cassette player, with the opposite end of the string tied around the pin. In the ruins of a city, shadows shamble through an orange dusk. They close in on the rigged cassette player. Logo for Undead Labs.
My friends and I used to argue about what ended the world.
An older Asian man watches around a corner.
A weapon. A virus. Something worse.
A fleshy mass sits in a tunnel.
Started in quiet towns. Empty roads. Places the world forgot.
The string on the cassette player shortens. It reaches the grenade pin. The man watches as it blasts apart zombies. He runs off, wielding a rifle and carrying a full survival pack. He halts at the sight of an orange, smoky tower.
Guys, I found a nest. These survivors found each other. Built walls. Pushed back against the night. They'll always have each other's back.
A utility vehicle drives off.
Because the world has become more dangerous than ever.
At night, the vehicle plows through one of the zombies. It bounces over a dirt road toward the smoky towers.
The dead aren't just wandering anymore. They hunt.
A feral orange zombie gallops on all fours, its mottled skin glowing orange. The survivors dismount from the vehicle. Gameplay, third-person shooter.
In the end, doesn't matter what you believe.
One wields a shotgun.
What matters is that when the dead come through the dark, so we.
The survivors fire their weapons. A zombie with a bloated belly vomits acid onto them. Its distended abdomen pops when they fire at it. They make their way through a compound, shooting at fleshy masses along the walls. Flaming zombies charge through a Molotov. A glowing orange mass explodes. The utility vehicle makes its way back along the dirt road. The sun rises over perfectly clear air around the compound. Title: State of Decay 3. Coming 2027 to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Text: Play it day one with Game Pass. Text: Xbox Game Studios presents. A feared red maw megalodon attacks a ship at sea.
On the Sea of Thieves, there have been plenty of grand adventures. But what if you could make your own Sea of Thieves experience? With our new free update, Custom Seas, you can. Let me explain. You can create new ways to play. Like Mobo Royale, where small but bloodthirsty crews duke it out in a furious battle to the death. Just remember to watch out for explosive barrels.
One detonates.
Oh, I'm sure they're fine. Or Skeleton Snipe Hunt, where the sharpest shooter with the highest score wins. Or maybe you just want to spawn this.
A chicken.
And these.
Chests.
One of those. And absolutely loads of these. And, well, you get the idea.
A gunpowder barrel.
You can create a cinematic masterpiece. With enhanced camera tools, you can show romance, action, or tragedy. Or maybe just show the world from a whole new perspective. Or you can even just create a place to hang. Literally, if you want. Or you can come together for a party. Or maybe you want somewhere you can just kick back and relax. Whatever your piratical pursuits may be, we're giving you your own keys to the seas. There's a whole new world of possibility, ready to explore. So dive in and unleash your creativity. The tools are now in your hands. What you do with them is up to you.
Custom Seas.
Just try not to wreck the place.
A free update for Sea of Thieves coming June 18th to Xbox platforms, Battle.net, Steam, and PS5. Text. Play it day one with Game Pass. Text. Proudly made in Ukraine, inspired by the worldwide best-selling Metro book trilogy by Dmitry Glukovsky.
There is a liar in these tunnels.
Snow billows in through a hole punched in a tunnel roof. Lights flicker over their gray depths.
They call him Führer. But that is not your name. Your name is Hunter.
The Fuhrer wears a gas mask, sash, and epaulettes.
As a Spartan, you are a legend.
Rats run through a market.
You stood for something. But where are the Spartans now?
A crow picks at a corpse.
To protect the metro. From you. You promised a brighter future. For our people.
Another corpse sits in a tunnel.
Now, the Norai spreads tyranny. Your name.
A trooper patrols wearing a gas mask.
You swore to crush the enemy. Face them. To the light.
The pain rays of a city shine into sunlight. At night, the ranger wipes rain off his visor.
But darkness consumes you. Spreads like a plague.
He set the demo charge.
It's you.
A colony flies past.
Every step. Every move.
He holds a lighter, then activates night vision.
Drowns you deeper. In lies.
He fires incendiary rounds at mutants. Gameplay, first-person shooter.
Your lies end now, Hunter. That legendary Spartan is gone. Turned to ash.
The ranger fires a bolt-action rifle at Novorite troopers.
I won't stop. Until the Führer burns with him.
Title, Metro 2039. Lights flash over abandoned subways. A silhouette stands before the flames. Title, Metro 2039. Coming February 2027 to Xbox platforms, Steam, Epic, and PS5.
World premiere.
In a forest full of multicolored flowers, a tiny bird hops along a path. It pecks at a tree, then picks up a stick that falls from it. It strikes the stick against flint to spark a fire. The flames glimmer in the bird's eyes. Cartoonish faces on the flowers look on in horror as the flames spread. The bird runs through a meadow, starting a wildfire. The bird starts more fires, breaks into buildings, then electrocutes itself with an outlet. It hops to the end of a cliff as shadows of other birds fly along the ground. It gazes down at the forest, remaining on the ground as day turns to a rainy night. Later, the bird steals a trumpet, eats worms, breaks a wall, and throws a firework into an abandoned car. At night, the bird's eyes glow white as it carries something shiny toward a brightly glowing star. In a small crater, the star gazes down at the hopping bird. Title, Bad Magpie, coming 2027 to Xbox platforms and Steam. Text, play it day one with Game Pass.
World premiere.
Text, in-game footage. Fly flutters over the smoldering remains of a battlefield. Gigantic twisting growths tower near a seaside town as several junks float nearby. Logo for Koei Tecmo.
Countless wars have been waged in pursuit of the Olympics.
Team Ninja.
But champion rises, destined to quell the chaos of this senseless cycle.
A Chinese man wears a top knot and a robe with trailing sleeves. Gameplay, person hack and slash. He battles a fiery dragon, then a spiny rock golem, followed by armored foot soldiers. A multi-story town is constructed with cliff face. The warrior deflects flaming arrows.
Awaken. Phoenix.
An outline of flames appears through the warrior's body, forming a phoenix. It bursts from the warrior's body, then soars upward to create a title. Wolong 2, Wings of Ember. The warrior stands in a burning arena across from an armored man.
So, it was you who set the red cliffs ablaze.
Text, coming early 2027 to Xbox platforms, Steam, PS5, and Switch 2. Text, play it day one with Game Pass. Text, in-game footage and cinematics.
You're ready for the challenge and the reward of opening your very own cult.
Text, lead, recruit, build, teach, fight, tomatoes, survival, flamethrowers.
You'll be going to beautiful Bedford County, USA, teaming with locals waiting to join our family.
You scare me, you'll scare me. You better reevaluate your life choices. You piss off a random person on the street, you want a trophy?
Even if they don't know him yet.
Gameplay, third-person shooter. Text, single-player and four-player co-op. A chopper circles a compound.
Build a cult, and I will shield you from the apocalypse. Join us.
Magic gathers from the sky. People float. Fighter jets soar toward giant tentacles.
Looking for the owner of a severed human head. Come and collect it, or it will be given away on a first-come, first-served basis.
Title, Join Us. Coming March 2027 to Xbox platforms, Steam, Epic, and PS5. Text, play it day one with Game Pass.
World premiere.
Text, Xbox Game Studios presents. Long ribbons of metallic gold ripple like the surface of a liquid, resembling a topographical map. A young white woman struggles to keep her head above the surface.
You buried your wounds.
The woman, Senua, looks around.
Left your people behind.
Statues of people stand on empty shores.
Believing time would see them heal. But what is left in the dark? Sickness.
Lines of gold light flow toward the sky.
And some binds cannot be broken.
They form a room in the clouds. Gameplay, third-person platformer. Senua carries her hand mirror on her hip as she crouches, stalking a shirtless man. She draws her sword. She slices his back, then drives the torch into his chest. Later, she slices apart more men covered in white body paint and thorns. In the golden pool, her face sinks further into the liquid. On the battlefield, Senua wields a heavy halberd, then throws a hatchet. One of her enemies hovers, glowing with bright golden light. A beam shoots upward as Senua mounts the dark voice's words from the golden pool.
Accept what waits for you.
She shuts her eyes, and her face sinks beneath the twisting gold. Now, wearing woad face paint, she surges from a wall of gold to face a figure kneeling before the rune. Title, Senua. Coming 2027 to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Text, play it day one with Game Pass. Text, Bethesda presents. Text appears on a film reel, a Bethesda Softworks production, The Call of 76.
Answer the call of 76.
Welcome to the surface, a sprawling paradise. Meet the locals who learn to fish. Doesn't that sound nice? What a hoot! You found loot. This is no time to hoard. Share your stroke of luck with your pals. All aboard. We'll as a team. Hey, life's pretty swell, but in this Appalachian wonderland. Gadzooks! It's worse than expected. Enemies are waiting in places undetected. So suit up, son, and defend our great nation. And gather all your friends when you fight this infestation. That's the play, Daddy-O. We'll tackle them all. Rebuilding our bright future from the ashes, rising tall. When you hear adventure calling, when you're looking for kicks, answer the call of Vault. Answer the call. Answer the call of Vault 70s.
Text starting today. Free daily rewards June 7th to 15th. Free trial Fallout 1st June 8th to 15th. Super Mutant wields a Gatling gun. An automaton powers up. 3 players wear brightly colored power armor. Title Fallout 76 Infestations. Available now on Xbox platforms, Steam, PS5, and PS4. Text play it day 1 with Game Pass. Text Bethesda presents. The Slayer stands before a projection of a maker.
Our flock has been led astray by your acts of defiance.
Logo for id.
Argent march is in the wake of your actions. I follow you now.
The Slayer dons his helmet. He emerges from a portal, parries a Hell Knight, then stomps an Arachnotron.
Has chosen
A Titan stomps the Slayer. He falls, then finds himself in a snowy landscape, shirtless and clad in a fur cape.
this place. Is your given shape. It holds many secrets. Only a cleansed soul may leave.
A spear.
I am not your enemy. I am your way out.
Gameplay. First-person hack and slash. The Slayer wields the super shotgun in his right hand and the spear in his left. The spear's blade changes from red to green as he parries oncoming attacks. He throws it, and it instantly respawns in his hand. The Slayer shreds apart hordes of demons.
With the Slayer gone, have you not found peace? The demons, they have been
The Slayer rip-starts his shield saw. He parries a Mancubus with it, then switches to the spear mid-leap. He wields the Plasma Cycler against an Arachnotron, then leaps high into the air before firing the grenade launcher into the fray. He parries a Cyber Demon. Text. This summer, hell freezes over.
The Slayer is alive, and we're going to find him.
A Night Sentinel wields dual blades. Title, Doom the Dark Ages Revelations. Flashback. A silhouette stands in a hospital doorway. Text, July 7th. The Slayer lays down his damaged chest piece. A forge hammer strikes it. Doom the Dark Ages Revelations, coming July 7th to Xbox platforms, Battle.net, Steam, and PS5. Text, in-game footage and cinematics. The sun rises over the Golden Gate Bridge. On the sidewalk, a hot dog vendor perfectly stacks sodas. An open-top convertible taxi cab shoots past, knocking them over. Gameplay, third-person driver. Multi-colored sparks shoot out of tires. The driver careens or corners and overjumps. Various passengers put their fists and grin. A man holds a stack of 50 pizzas in the back seat. In slow motion, the taxi vaults over another man carrying a bouquet. The taxi races down cable car tracks. As passengers exit, some kick the taxi, others dance with joy. A blonde woman in a red convertible pulls up beside the taxi driver. She types on her phone, then looks pointedly at him. On his phone, alerts appear. Time to check in your flight. Hope your passport's up to date. Title: Crazy Taxi World Tour. Coming 2027 to Xbox platform, Steam, PS5, and Switch 2. The retro Xbox logo, an early 2000 includes a CRT TV and an original Xbox. A vortex appears in the center of the room, ripping posters off the walls and sucking in the electronics. The Xbox bursts apart, then reforms into a Series X with a translucent green shell. All of its internal components are visible through the sides. The matching controller hovers nearby it. Both bear the Xbox 25 logo. Green light shines in through the window, and the bedroom modernizes in a flash of light. The translucent Series X floats down onto a clean white entertainment center below a large flat-screen TV. Text: 25 years in the making. Introducing Xbox Series X 25 Limited Edition, coming November 2026. Text: Xbox Game Studios presents. Title: Age of Empires 4 Raiders of the North.
In the frozen north, we know only one way of life. We know the thunderous crash of the waves against our ships. We know the might of cold steel. The roar of fires that consume our enemies. And at the moment of peace is only temporary.
Gameplay: top-down real-time strategy.
Because Valhalla opens its gates only to the worthy. And the next proving ground awaits just beyond the horizon.
Armies pour over green hillsides. Title: Age of Empires 4 Raiders of the North Expansion. Coming fall 2026 to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Logo from Mojang Studios. Text: in-game footage and cinematics. At dusk, a red-haired player slices apart zombies in a forest. A ghostly face flies past her, then lights up a creeper with an eerie blue glow. The player charges and slashes it. She stares as the creeper remains standing. It walks forward, backed by zombies. A hammer smashes it aside. 3 more players appear, each wielding a different weapon. As another ghostly creeper glows in the distance, the red-headed player swiftly dashes to it, weaving nimbly between the trees. It explodes. More ghostly zombies and skeletons shamble forward. The players leap into the fray. An upgrade menu appears. Gameplay: 2.5D hack and slash. Together, the players navigate through dungeons, explore villages, and enter a fortress. The 4 players reach a dark cliff. As they look over its edge, a huge ghostly figure stomps toward them. A twisted warden glows with ghostly light. The players square up. Title: Minecraft Dungeons 2. Coming September 29th, 2026 to Xbox platforms, Steam, PS5, Switch, and Switch 2. In the dark forest, a zombie gazes up at the ghosts. Electricity sparks nearby it, forming a pixelated portal, hovering in the air. The portal bursts forward. Text: Play it day 1 with Game Pass.
World premiere.
Logos for Uppercut and Focus in an early 1900s theater.
Ladies and gentlemen, admirers of the mysteries of magic, take your seats before the lights go down and the curtain rises, for our next act is about to begin.
Inside, signs advertise the final performance.
Are you sitting comfortably? Are you prepared to witness feats both mystifying and illuminating. Watch closely then, and let the shadows tell their story.
Shadow puppets.
Behold, the famous Jacob Venturo, stage magician extraordinaire. So brilliant were his tricks, it cast 5 long shadows behind him. They called themselves Masters. Through a deal with the devil, the Masters sought yet more power. Their deal demanded a sacrifice, and in the darkness, they chose Jacob. Jacob's trapped in eternal torment of the devil and other planets. He pulled Jacob from his infernal nightmare and offered a new deal. Face their legions, their tricks, every abomination they command. Take what should have been his. Escape if he can.
The shadow puppet turns into a man who breaks through the screen. He looks down at the audience, who now have glowing red eyes. Psst. From stage left, the announcer doffs his top hat, switching himself to red skin and short horns. With a smile, he gestures to the audience. The man, Jacob, wields a magic wand to levitate away one demon. He summons a deck of cards to throw with several others. Gameplay, first-person melee. Jacob bursts out of the theater, only to find a twisted version of the city outside is crumbling into a red abyss. In a montage, his white-gloved hands throw playing cards, invert gravity, flip through a tome, and hold artifacts. He wipes condensation away from glass, and a face turns toward him. Title, Magician, The Devil's Deal. The devil appears in candlelight.
The deal's a deal, Jacob. I'll see you soon.
Text, coming 2027 to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Text, play it day 1 with Game Pass. Text, in-game footage and cinematics. A standard bearer and 2 foot soldiers emerge from fog, each of their backpacks trailing flames.
What would you give for victory?
Elsewhere, wine pours into a goblet.
Your life? The lives of your sons?
The view falls through the floor, then emerges below to show an upside-down battlefield. The world rights itself.
The line between victory and defeat is thin.
2 French Fusiliers tend a fallen comrade, each bearing orange growths.
What if you had within you power, terrible and divine, to destroy your enemies, break their will? You have the strength, the resolve to build it.
A lone man conjures flames from his palm against a clockwork cyborg. Gameplay, first-person fighter. The man explodes a Fusilier's head.
If destiny was there, within reach, could you sacrifice everything?
Wielding a saber and a flintlock pistol, the man clenches his fist to form grappling hooks of purple energy. He vaults through a mind-bending dimension.
For your country. For your empire.
Another man dons a bicorn hat. As the magic wielder looks out to the battlefield, his eyes switch to the other man's.
For your emperor.
Title, Valor Mortis, starring Vincent Cassel as Napoleon. Text, coming September 24th to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Text, play it day 1 with Game Pass. Text, Bethesda presents. 3 hooded figures walk through a crowd.
Glennumbra's full of leaves. What is it you're after? Don't take this the wrong way. I've been watching you. You've got talent and a lot of promise.
Pete Please, another throws the smoke bomb the guard.
Are you ready to talk about planning a real heist, partner?
Title: The Elder Scrolls Online: The Thieves Guild is back.
Welcome to our Thieves Guild. Our members will show you the ropes. This job is going to need every train of it.
Heard they can't mention right tomorrow.
Two thieves stalk a caravan spark an explosion, allowing them to loot a silver key.
Of course, let distractions and quick fingers, but you never truly know what's behind a door. Or if that's not quite your style, step back in the shadows and take a direct approach.
A North survivor to save a fellow from his hacker. She salutes.
They're much all around the world. You know where to look and are willing to fight for it.
While two ships are locked in battle, three thieves sneak along the ocean floor.
Whether it's fortune, adventure, or danger, the Thieves Guild has everything you need, as long as you're willing to take it.
A vault door opens.
Don't mind if I do. Hands off the cheese. I got here first.
Title: The Elder Scrolls Online. One thief is transported to a snowy mountaintop. Text: Now available with PC Game Pass. Return of the Thieves Guild. Join the heist July 8th. Text: Play it day 1 with Game Pass. Text: Xbox Game Studios presents. Text: Celebrating the beauty of the United States, featuring national parks and national monuments. Text: In-game footage. A glider soars past a herd of elk in Yosemite as the sun sets behind them. In a montage, various planes fly over expansive environments as text appears for each. The Great Smoky Mountains, Dry Tortugas, Big Bend, Guadalupe Mountains, Rocky Mountains, Great Sand Dunes, Canyonlands, Bryce Canyon, Zion, Death Valley, Yosemite, Clear Lake, Mount Rainier, North Cascades, Glacier, Yellowstone, and Teton, Badlands, Mount Rushmore. A stunt plane performs an upright barrel roll over the Grand Canyon. Text: The sky is calling. Answer the call. Title: Flight Simulator 2024. World Update 22 coming July 4th to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. At a stunt course, 7 propeller planes zip past. Text: National Championship Air Races coming fall 2026. Text: Play it day 1 with Game Pass.
The mountain stands here, yet it cannot be seen. The wind passes without a sound. People move within.
Pagodas and bridges crisscross mountaintops. Title: Where Winds Meet.
The Moists move in secrecy, renowned for their mastery of mechanism. As the old order begins to fall,
A man deploys a mechanical wing.
no one can remain untouched. When all is obscured, the battle has only just begun.
A megastructure hovers over a placid lake, shimmering like shattered glass.
Beneath every mechanism, the true game lies in the human heart. This is your game to decide.
Gameplay: third-person fighter. A warrior sinks into regimented martial arts stances as he defends against partially mechanized opponents. He blocks a straight sword with gauntlets, absorbs magic projectiles, and attacks with a mix of hand strikes and twin pistols. Where Winds Meet, with exclusive benefits for Xbox Game Pass members, starting today on Xbox platforms. And Hidden Mountain, coming July to Xbox platforms, Steam, Epic, and PS5.
Dracula's castle is just ahead. I have come here to destroy you, just like my father.
me.
A white woman with a long blonde braid runs through fantastical castles. Gameplay, side-scrolling platformer.
No one believed me when I said the newest Belmont would be a girl.
She avoids traps, then swings from a rope of golden light. A map appears, followed by cards. A clock shatters.
God has given you another chance, Rose. You must use it wisely to better control your curse and strengthen yourself.
The woman, Rose, leaps between walls, duels a minotaur, and unleashes a blast of golden magic. It petrifies 3 thralls.
You are no more irritating thing. What makes you think you can stop me this time?
A red-eyed woman appears, wearing only dripping blood over her chest and shoulders.
I've always wanted a pet, Belmont.
Rose battles her in a throne room flooded with blood.
Stupid girl. I will show you what hell is.
More bosses appear.
I am Rose Belmont, and I will hunt the night.
Before an illustration of the muscular Rose, scrollwork text appears, 1 word at a time. October 15th, 2026. Title: Castlevania: Belmont's Curse. Coming October 15th to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Key art by Katsuya Terada. Logo for Serenity Forge. Text: Studio Meadowflower presents. In-game footage.
Some years have a color to them.
In animation, dialogue appears for a young girl. I wonder what the sprout will grow into.
A haze that seems to fill the whole world.
She leaves the forest and speaks to a humanoid catfish. I saw a sprout growing in the old tree hollow.
Its glow. You discover wonderful new places.
She meets a girl in a pink dress.
Dear friends you always needed.
A white dog in a dress says, I was worried you might not find your way here. Sometimes I think these forest paths are always changing.
And golden moments which linger on the warm breeze.
Gameplay, top-down exploration. The catfish says, Hey Jenny, why don't you come join us? We are just reminiscing about old times. The girl, Jenny, frowns at herself in a mirror. The girl in pink says, Let's stay best friends like this forever, Jenny.
As you live your days. As dreams.
Jenny and the tree hollow are miniaturized under a glass bell jar, which sits in a rundown sunroom. Text: Sprout quickly, little tree. But can this small world contain you? Title: Vivarium. Coming 2027 to Xbox platforms, Steam, and Epic. Text: Play it day 1 with Game Pass.
World premiere.
Logo for Atlas. The logo disappears into thick rain clouds. Text: In-game footage and cinematics. In darkness, heavy rain falls over dozens of gravestones. They disappear. The graves wink back into view. Sickly green light gleams off the raindrops. Darkness briefly eclipses them. The view continues along the rows of gravestones. The rows all lead toward a central plinth. Towering above the hundreds of graves is a statue of a headless figure wearing a long cloak. Gnarled tree limbs reach into the sallow green sky as lightning flashes. On the statue, a shadow of an arm reaches out. Flashes of eyes, mouths, hands, and letters which spell Who are you? A title appears. Persona 6. The letters glow a ghostly green. Coming to Xbox platforms, Steam, and PS5. Text: Play it day 1 with Game Pass.
World premiere.
Text: Activision presents. Text: Cinematic CGI. Sunlight shines over fluffy clouds and a meadow with two long-legged songbirds. Text. In a realm beyond.
Olha
The
só,
birds
cara.
nuzzle each other, but both flee when darkness falls over them. Lightning flashes as
O jogo é
silhouetted
massa.
wings soar overhead. A three-fingered hand grips a staff with a huge pink crystal. Text. A new
E um
evil
minuto.
rises. Clawed feet run over a
Bora.
desert.
Vai.
Spyro the dragon lopes over the sand, flaps his wings, and takes to the skies. Text. A legendary hero soars.
Já tem um novo jogo desse carinha,
He
desse
twirls
dragão aí,
above
né?
the clouds, but pauses when he spots an immense dark tower in the shape of the staff. Title. Spyro, A
Spyro.
Realm Beyond.
Espia.
Spyro soars under a bridge, then spits fire blasts. Gameplay, third-person platformer. Text. Take Flight, Spring 2027 on Xbox
2007
platforms,
também.
Steam, PS5, and Switch 2. Text. Play it day one with Game Pass. Text. Xbox Game Studios presents. A Zeppelin flies over a city in a rainy night.
It's my kind of night. Alarms are ringing. Bullets are flying.
What did you do that for?
My fingers slip. Every copper in the tangle is on my tail.
Logo for In Exile Entertainment.
Hooligans, come to order. Let me introduce you to some of my esteemed colleagues.
Ulysses.
My schemes have schemes. Me, I prefer to make it up as I go.
The man uses a clocking terminal to dump fish past guards. An automaton, Nazim.
Everyone knows you're easy pickings for someone with any sand.
Then give my regards to the saddler.
A brawny man in a bowler hat, Erasmus.
Cheap rubbish.
The player, Morgan, fires a revolver in an explosive barrel.
Corpse in hand is worth two in the grave, as they say.
Hazel.
Look at the bloody airships. We're not here for you.
Not here for me. I'm Anne fucking Darrow.
Text. Anne fucking Darrow.
Time to lay our hands to mischief.
We've been preparing to rob Griswick's vault for months now. We're putting the heist tonight, yeah? Morgan, get to that crane to lower the ship.
An automaton.
Greetings. I am the Miracle Industries auto-loading crane. If you have the authority, I am at your service.
What happens if I find a few holes in you?
The lift is now unlocked.
Morgan looks over a ledge as an aristocrat woman appears with police.
Ah, defeat. How sad. You were all doing so well.
Ulysses scowls.
Do you expect us to go quietly?
Well, I certainly don't expect any trouble from some of Avalon's most disposable citizens.
A bulky armored automaton drops on the deck, then charges them.
Hello, frightened human. I can get you out of this.
A small flying contraption appears. Time slows. Text rewinds from 1895 to 1867.
You've just jumped about 25 years back in time. This place, on this day, is ripe for changing the course of history.
This life ain't one for granting easy choices, but I just found a way to control the past. Change use of control. Make things unfair.
Enough. A doll with a ruffled collar.
You a little toy with a big mouth.
What a proper little villain. A better villain than you'll ever be. You decrepit old soap.
In a theater.
The pimp, the plot, the priest. Who do we like the least? Oh, it's different how they do ya. The ways they stick it.
Morgan fires a variety of automatic weapons as a tart kicks up her skirts on stage.
Gonna screw you in the end.
Gameplay, first-person shooter.
Nothing's ever given to folk like us, especially not the future.
Morgan uses a mechanical gauntlet to create a time vortex with a shredder.
But this time, we've a chance to steal it.
When they're done,
What more could an honest thief ask for?
stairs, well, they're all going to screw you.
An armored guard wields a flamethrower. Morgan fires a steam-powered rifle. Title: Clockwork Revolution. Text appears inside a clock. Coming in due time. The gears wind forward to instead read, Coming in 2027. Xbox console exclusive. Text: Play it day one with Game Pass. An older white man, Matt Moody, Chief Content Officer at Xbox.
Clockwork Revolution is an original experience full of intriguing characters and incredible world building. And it's an Xbox console exclusive coming in 2027. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is a milestone year for us as we celebrate 25 years with you, and we're excited about our lineup of iconic games. Record-breaking Forza Horizon 6, the return of Master Chief, rebuilt from the ground up, the extraordinary world of Fable, full of choice and consequences. Incredible games from our partners at Sega, 4A Games, Koei Tecmo, and more. Here's looking forward to two upcoming exclusives, Gears of War EA in 2026 and Clockwork Revolution in 2027. In a moment, we'll dive into Gears of War EA. Before we do, one franchise that has been with us from the beginning is Call of Duty. Now, it's bigger than ever. A new Modern Warfare later this year and a movie on the way. Last month, the teams at Infinity Ward and Activision gave us a glimpse of the story and gameplay. Today, they are back with a first look at DMZ, reimagined in a way that only Call of Duty can deliver.
Matt grins. Text: Activision presents. In a living room, an old CRT TV sits on a lace doily. Text: In-game footage with screen images added. The TV switches from a cartoon to a news broadcast. Subtitles. Under the wise and benevolent guidance of our respected leader. A statue holds a raised fist. Subtitles. The Korean peninsula remains orderly and strong. The former industrial incident with the southern exclusion region, long since contained through the heroic efforts of the state, poses no threat to the stability of our nation. Rain falls over Seoul as DPRK soldiers salute. Subtitles. The exclusion zone is secure. Title: Entering the DMZ. Text: Many squads will infill, not all will exfil. Player voice chat added.
Yeah, I'm gonna head downstairs real quick. See if there's any weapons or gear laying around.
That's a negative. There's no over here.
I'm gonna be fine. It's only gonna take 2 seconds.
I say again, that's a negative. Okay, get your ass upstairs.
One player enables their night vision. Gameplay: first-person shooter. As he examines a corpse, an enemy grabs and performs a finisher on him.
Damn, he's down. Let's go help him.
Hell no. It's on him. I told him to get his ass up here.
Copy. Where are we at on the intel?
Got it.
The two operatives leave a room into a hallway. The player aims a light machine gun.
Let's find that HVT.
On you.
The player follows.
Overwatch Actual. Letting that intel compromise your location. That user alerted to your position.
Shit.
Get over here.
The night vision lags slightly as they enter an open balcony of the mall. The player eyes a side room as he passes.
Damn.
He disables the night vision as they pass advertisements and banners.
Hey. What's up?
Blood spatters the screen as both operatives unleash tracer fire at the lone enemy.
Fuck.
A second enemy fires from above. The player vaults a balcony to the lower floor as the screen glitches. They both fire down a corridor until the second operative throws a Molotov to obscure their position. They fall back to an elevator. Incoming rounds pepper the doors as they slide closed.
Is that the HVT? Fuck the HVT. Short ass.
The second operative is immediately downed as he exits onto the rooftop. The player annihilates his attacker.
I got you, man.
He uses a syringe, then drags the other operative back into the elevator.
Let me get some ammo.
He walks up to the bloodied enemy corpse and lifts a PKM machine gun.
Oh, hell yeah.
They exit into Bright City Square. A green flare accompanies the green smoke on a nearby rooftop. They dash toward a street. They take cover just as a light tank and an armored personnel carrier drive past. Sniper fire rains down from the rooftop. They break into the doors of a police station, finding one enemy inside. The player mows him down, then aims up a stairwell. No subtitles appear. The player returns fire up the stairs.
I'm inside.
Get your ass to the roof right now.
Copy.
He kneels by the corpse.
Please have medical. Oh, thank you.
As the player ascends toward the third story of the stairwell, he unwraps and applies a bandage to his wrist.
Hey, Buck, are you downstairs?
The player flees onto the roof just as the chopper is touching down. His blood spatters the screen. He and the other operative return fire just as a rocket hits the roof. The player fires wildly at an oncoming enemy chopper. He manages to sprint aboard. In a montage, players fire at one another on opposite sides of the bank vault. One wears a skull helmet. Another wields a belt-fed grenade launcher. Text, extract or die trying. 3 players clip to a hull line attached to a plane as it flies overhead. It yanks them upward. Title, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 DMZ, coming October 23rd. Play first at Fanatics Fest in July. A 10-second countdown timer appears below a red cogwheel with a skull in its center. The gear ticks down. Red splatters surround the skull and it shatters to form a title, Gears of War E-Day Direct. Text, all game captures represent in-development footage. At night, a seaside city glimmers with dozens of skyscrapers. Several developers enter an office. One types at a laptop with a sticker that reads, "No weak shit." Text, Mike Crump, studio head.
Welcome to the Coalition, here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, home of Gears of War. When Gears debuted in 2006, it instantly redefined the genre. And now in 2026, we're on the cusp of another rare moment. A chance to honor where we've been, celebrate with our fans, and lay the foundation for where Gears is going next.
A man bobs his head while he plays a keyboard.
To get there, we're taking it all the way back to the day the world changed and a fight began, Emergence Day.
A clawed hand reaches up from an e-hole. A wretch leaps out and shreds a civilian.
It's a day of unimaginable loss that sits at the heart of our universe. And today, for the first time, we're ready to take you inside the studio and show you all the ways to play with our new movements, weapons, and modes that will make E-Day the most brutally satisfying Gears yet.
Is that all you got?
In gameplay, Ty rescues Marcus. Text, Matt Searcy.
Before we talk about what this game is, I think it's important to share why we chose E-Day. When we started this project, we were moving to Unreal Engine 5. It was a new foundation with a blank slate. So we took a moment to reflect on what makes Gears so special to us and to our fans. We realized that all of the things that make this world feel so unique, brotherhood, brutality, that melancholy beauty, over-the-top spectacle, they're all perfectly set up in this one moment in time, E-Day.
An e-hole bursts through a street.
The moment the Locust ripped through the ground and changed the history of them. And to tell that story, we wanted to do an experience that evoked the vibes of the original Gears game.
Footage plays from the Mad World trailer in 2006.
So we started with this one still from the Mad World trailer. It's Marcus facing down the Locust, defiantly firing into the darkness against overwhelming odds. And we said this is the emotional core of Gears. This is the tone and feeling that we wanted to build our next game around.
Kate Rayner.
This is our most ambitious game yet. E-Day is a story we haven't been able to tell before because we didn't have the technology to do it. We finally have the tools to reimagine the Gears world at a new, unprecedented level of detail.
A suspended train zips past as Marcus fires his Nasher shotgun.
We're pushing Gears to new heights with the densest, most detailed world we've ever created.
A crumbling pavilion.
With seamless, large-scale environments.
It's even worse from up here.
Fully dynamic, ray-traced lighting.
Reflections of TV screens flicker.
And a richer real-time destruction. Starting with an empty hard drive, we literally rebuilt everything from scratch. Characters, enemies, weapons, animation, sound, the world itself. And then we tear it apart in front of you.
A courthouse collapses into an e-hole.
You'll fight against bigger and more brutal enemies with new and craftier weapons and navigate the battlefield with more natural character movement so that every moment of emergence plays smoother and hits harder.
Marcus charges. Matt.
This is a game that feels like Gears, but plays like new.
Now, we're inside.
It's a return to the feelings that we had when we played the original games, but now reimagined, evolved, and enhanced with the power of a new engine.
Fires flicker and power lines spark near destroyed cars. Text. Nicole Fawcett, Brand Director.
E-Day is set before the events of the original Gears of War. After decades of conflict, peace has finally been declared on Sarah, and the Gears have returned home.
At the Armored Prayer bar, Marcus is in plainclothes as he sets down 3 beer bottles. Dom hangs up a payphone.
Love you, baby.
Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago are young veterans trying to adjust to civilian life while grieving the loss of someone they both loved.
Pug tags sit on the table between them.
Carlos Santiago, Dom's older brother and Marcus's best friend.
To Carlos. Best fucking brother anyone could ask for.
Carlos died in combat in a moment of sacrifice before the war ended, and without him, Marcus and Dom's relationship is distant.
Emotion from our refinery.
With the world just barely on the cusp of peace, and our characters coming to terms with their new reality, the Locusts emerge and change everything.
The Coalition Emergency Broadcast System. There are reports of multiple tremors causing minor damage across Kelowna.
E-Day tells not one, but 2 origin stories. The start of this world falling apart, and a brotherhood coming together. And over the course of 3 intense days, you'll see how loss shapes this world and our characters, beginning with a night of desperate survival in a brand new city.
Marcus kicks open double doors, utter chaos in the streets. Police lights flash. Text. Arian Honback.
We decided to focus our story on just one city, so you can really feel what war does to people. When we started creating Kelowna, we wanted it to be more than just a backdrop. We wanted to feel alive, like it was another character in the story, packed with layers and personality.
Enormous statues of hands hold a gear wheel.
Kelowna used to be all about innovation and discovery. The years of industrialization from the Cog War effort totally reshaped it. With such a rich history, it made sense to lean into that classic Gears retro vibe.
Small fires burn along the dark facade of the Kelowna Hotel.
Towering architecture, robust vehicles, and grounded technology. Kind of like those gritty industrial cities from the 1970s. We also looked right outside these windows at the mountains, the ocean, and local landmarks to help give Kelowna its unique style.
Smoke rises near a suspension bridge, which stretches over a conifer forest.
As you play the campaign, the city reveals itself through the main districts. The historic center, with its classic Gears architecture in stone and steel. Downtown core, more modern, reshaped by decades of industrial growth. The military airfield, set at the forest edge with shipyards nearby, the refineries, and supporting working class neighborhoods, built around constant emulsion production.
Matt.
Gears plays best in a city, and Kelowna is the ultimate battlefield.
Marcus and his squad stack up on a corner.
Kelowna's density, tight streets, mixed with open spaces, let us rethink how gear moves through the world, and it created the perfect stage for greater scale and verticality of combat.
He mantles onto a subway car, then fires up a grand staircase.
Our soldiers are basically giant tanks in armor. They slam into cars, weaving through hails of bullets.
Motion capture actors shoulder check props.
We wanted to keep that heaviness, but add more fluidity to how you move through the battlefield. Cover is life in Gears. And we've completely rebuilt our movement and cover systems, with smoother transitions and a bigger range of cover heights and shapes, including new low ground cover. This all allows us to create more complex and organic feeling spaces than ever before. From Sprint, you can now slide, which lets you quickly get under objects, slide around corners, or transition more smoothly into cover from a run. And we added the ability to jump, which really opened up this citywide battleground. We get to play with more verticality, climbing walls and vehicles, or clearing gaps in crumbling buildings to reach new flanking routes. At the heart of our gameplay is still that great Gears combat puzzle. A mix of unique enemy combinations, tactical weapon choices,
Marcus swaps to a light machine gun, then the lever action Gnasher.
your ability to read and move through the arena. But now you have more choice than ever, and we get these peaks of almost action movie sequences.
Marcus shotguns a drone.
You can throw yourself off a balcony, land next to your buddy and revive him, scramble through cover, slide under a truck, and hit safety on the other side. We get these amazing Gears playgrounds, small and large, where all these elements come together, and the city is filled with them.
Raul Figueroa, campaign design.
Our missions move across the city, from linear fights in narrow streets and alleys to more open districts, where you have access to entire neighborhoods. Now you have strategic choices. You take the enemy head on, you flank them from a side entrance, or you climb up to the balcony across the street and take them all out with your long shot. It's up to you. And if you're playing co-op with your friends, well, then you can try all three at the same time. Taking your own path reveals most stories from the city. Survivors trapped in an apartment.
There's a civilian in that building. Fourth floor.
A raven crashed in the distance. A group of Gears readying an ambush. You still have your orders, but it's up to you to decide where you offer to help or how much of the city you choose to explore.
And that city is fully realized.
Colin Penty.
To create a city of this scale and detail, we needed to invest in an entire suite of tools. Tools for roads, intersections, sidewalks, e-holes, buildings, rooftops, and pipes. We have a procedural content generation toolset for scattering millions of pieces of trash and debris across the ground to make Kelowna feel lived in.
In-engine detritus appears.
This is the largest, most complex location you've ever seen in a Gears game.
At a map table.
But the board control is connected to an older antenna. I can reconfigure their radios to reach Afira.
Several Gears nod.
Do it. The remaining Gears hold the
roll.
In other Gears games, the world's basically already dead. There are very few human survivors left. But in E-Day, you're watching a live city get ripped apart in front of you.
The facade of an apartment building crumbles.
People who once went to work, sporting events, and celebrated the possibility of peacetime are now stopped in their tracks. They abandon their cars and run for survival, attempting to find refuge in subways or stores. A glimpse of a child's toy or dinner left uneaten are reminders of what's been lost and the horror of what the locusts have unleashed.
A drone lifts Marcus from the neck, its thick claws carving deep gouges in its face. Colin.
You'll experience the locust decimation at all scales in E-Day through our customized destruction technology.
Bullets rip through groceries at a checkout lane.
E-holes are back, unleashing waves of enemies from under your feet at any moment.
The E-hole emanates a red glow.
As a game design element, getting to use E-holes again as a spawn mechanic is brilliant. Locusts can come out of the ground anywhere, you can toss a grenade in to close them up, it just adds this great tactical layer to encounters.
But you'll also encounter massive sinkholes that'll pull down vehicles and entire buildings. and no amount of detail is too small, as micro-destruction goes beyond what we've ever done before to a chippable cover across a range of materials. Your impact is real, visceral, and leaves a mark on the world.
Automatic fire leaves bullet holes on a car.
Destroyed Beauty has long been a visual pillar of Gears of War, and we finally get to show the before, making the after hit that much harder.
Hasty barricades dot the Kelowna streets.
You'll recognize a neighborhood that was once intact is now completely destroyed. You'll walk through city streets filled with smoke and fire, and it feels completely different from how you first experienced it. You start getting this real feeling of the city's a character, and it's really under attack.
An enormous locust emerges.
It's the fall of Kelowna.
A locust destroys a courthouse, and an keyhole is closed. Dom holds Carlos's cog tag. He frowns, his eyes disappear. Before he hands it to Marcus, text, being Yarkov.
E-Day is an intentionally hidden story. There's this colossal event going on in the plot, but the actual characters and the journey they go on is where you get to explore themes of burden, of loss, and of loyalty. The whole world of Gears is about characters. It's the nightmarish monsters from below versus the soldiers that hold the line in a war for survival.
Akir kneels.
You okay?
Dom offers his hand.
No way, this is real. It's pretty fucking real to me. On your feet.
This was our opportunity to focus on what makes Gears characters so special and what makes our enemies so iconic.
A statuette of a boomer has glowing eyes.
The entire campaign is played from the perspective of our new squad, Bravo. As the invasion breaks out, you'll meet Mags Carter, a former Gear now sweating it out at Kelowna's emulsion refinery.
Now, why don't you come talk shit when your bottles drop? And quit going through my stuff.
And you'll also meet rookie cadet Lucas Reyes, a sharp comms officer who never made it to the front lines despite his dreams of military glory.
Holy fucking shit.
Mags and Lucas, together with Marcus and Dom, are four soldiers thrown together, fighting through tensions with each other while fighting the Locust, ultimately forging their bonds in battle.
Dom helps Marcus to his feet. Arian.
Follow Bravo Squad with their cinematic cameras, just like the intense War Beast people.
A downed chopper falls into an e-hole.
Shots are intentionally gritty and a bit shaky. Leading into these rough edges is what makes you feel like you're right in the middle of the action.
Bravo's story also intertwines with others' calls to defend the city, including returning characters like warrior philosopher Ty Kaliso.
Roots got magic in. Marcus Phoenix. Die.
And fans of the books will finally get to see the hard-ass Raven pilot Gil Gettner in-game for the very first time.
A blonde white woman.
Let's go and fuck this mess.
Arian.
Marcus and Dom are absolute legends. You can spot those strong jaws and thick necks from a mile away. But if you go too realistic, you lose those unique features that make them stand out. Honestly, Marcus just isn't Marcus if you take away his classic chroma skill. So instead of chasing perfect realism, we focused on making them believable and memorable, respecting the details that really make them who they are.
Devs sit at workstations. Kate.
Material and character fidelity in Gears of War E-Day far surpasses anything we've been able to achieve before. Our facial animation systems have been completely upgraded for E-Day, with 3 times more joints and over 350 facial shapes sculpted for each head alone to really represent the emotion in our characters. Marcus has more detail in his eyelashes than his entire character model did in the original Gears of War on Xbox 360.
Phoenix. Marcus. Sergeant, 26 RTIC Company. Next to kin, Adam Phoenix.
With the amount of layers we have, we've never had fidelity at this scale.
Dom gazes mournfully out of the chopper.
Combined with a much more sophisticated animation rig, this allows us to have way more expressive characters with a huge range, from a small smirk to yells on the battlefield.
Come and get some, you goddamn grubs!
Your experience takes on a new intensity. We're pushing the graphical limit with 4K Ultra HD resolution Native HDR10 rendering, hardware ray tracing at 60 frames per second in campaign and up to 120 frames per second in multiplayer.
A drone guns down a civilian. Arian.
When it comes to the Locust, to make them more believable, we made them scarier. The drones are wild and vicious.
A drone rifle butts a man.
The boomers are even bigger this time around. Like living battering rams smashing through doorways onto the battlefield. The wretches scream so loud it disorients you before they rip you apart. And the Reapers, they crawl up buildings and rain fire from above. Basically, the whole Locust army, whether new or old, are more intense than ever before.
Marcus takes cover from Reaver fire. Later, Dom looks down at him. Key art shows looks in sharp detail. Blood glistens on their faces. Colin.
Gears of War has never been a horror game, but the world has always felt horrifying.
A Reaver yanks a gear through a hole smaller than his body.
And with E-Day, we lean into that even more. Our new core system means damage feels meaty, responsive, and satisfying.
That was satisfying.
Muscle and cloth deforms in response to your attacks, and blood and bone damage adds to the intensity of combat. Core is localized as well. Shoot a locust in the arm or leg, and you'll see the bullet take a chunk out of it. Or land a heavy shot on a limb, and our dismemberment system will rip it clean off with glorious detail.
Roll.
The Nasher is going to get you the most satisfying shots, covering you in blood, or pop heads from afar with the long shot. We've revamped our favorite weapons for E-Day, and of course, we also have some fun new ones for even more brutal ways to tear your enemies apart. The new Gut Puncher grenade launcher is a cog weapon that fires armor-piercing explosive rounds. Quick fire round to let it explode, or hold the trigger to control when it detonates. That means you can place a well-timed explosion behind an enemy protected by cover, or with practice, master its long-range eagle closing potential. The Incinerator is our new shotgun. You can see the emulsion literally melt the skin off an enemy's body.
A green splash chars a drone's flesh.
Before, you'd probably get into a grapple if an enemy came charging at you. Now, you feel the power of getting to incinerate them when they get close.
Marcus flanks a drone.
And of course, the Lancer. Nice. The creation of the Chainsaw Lancer is another origin story from lore that we wanted to show in E-Day. From the moment that Ty grabbed that chainsaw to rip through a locust at the superstore, to a prototype kit bash on the front lines of the invasion, all to deliver on that gratifying moment when you finally get to slice a grub in two.
Motion capture actors grapple. Text. Johnny Morgan, audio director.
Gears music has always been about tension, escalation, and release. When a fight kicks off, the music hits hard. It makes things get more dangerous. And when you drop the last enemy, you hear that familiar big ringing chord. For E-Day, we kept that structure, but made the sound harsher. Together with our composer, Adam Lastica, we built a score to match a world on the verge of collapse. The electric guitar returns alongside classical instruments, but both are pushed into uncomfortable territory.
Adam plays a cello.
Like dragging a bone saw across a cello, creating dissonance that never fully resolves.
In Cavern, Max holds a blue flare.
Where the hell?
Foley Studio.
And then there's the sound design. All chainsaws have voices. I came to sound for our Proto Lancer. It was important to us to track down the exact make and model that was recorded back in 2006. I rebuilt it from the ground up using our new sound effects system.
This chainsaw has a 14-inch blade with that signature meaty yet intimate sound, and when it revs, you can hear all the early details. In terms of how you'll experience Kelowna, I always think about our acoustic system like this. I'm walking down the street, and I hear the sound reflecting off the walls around me. Then I step into an alley, and everything immediately tightens. I come back out into a wide space, and the sound opens up again, almost like a cathedral. And it's not just those spaces, it's the transitions between them where the magic really happens. That's where things feel alive. That's acoustics in real time.
In a forest.
It's a heavy world. And what better way to experience this dread and tension than through the music and sound that surrounds you?
Matt.
No other game does this what Gears does. Our themes, our gameplay, and our modes, they all revolve around this core element. It's not just about the brotherhood that you experience in the stories. It's also about the bonds you create with your friends. Co-op has always been a part of our DNA. And like every great Gears game, you can bring your own squad to this fight. Campaign, all 4 characters are playable from the start. And we support 4-player online co-op, 2-player split screen on console. In Versus, our sweaty squad-based PvP is back, with a collection of 4v4 modes and all new maps set in locations in and around the war-torn city of Kelowna. We've combined classic Gears symmetrical PvP map design with new traversal opportunities. You'll put your skill to the test, alongside a seasonal roadmap of killer content, almost all of which you can just earn by playing the game, completing in-game challenges, events, and achievements. And today, we're excited to announce a dynamic new evolution of Gears' iconic PvP mode, Lord Siege. It's a 12-player mode for all 3 spots alongside the Battle of Locust Invasion and Kelowna across range of cities maps. We'll have more to share soon, and we hope you join us for our open beta weekends later this summer.
We good? Sergeant Phoenix?
Guess we're back to it.
In flashes, Marcus executes the drone. The boomer bursts out. Blood starts green. Marcus tosses a grenade. A wrench claws a poor civilian. Marcus fires the gut puncher. Carlos's cog tags sit on a table.
We can't outrun the past. But as long as we're still breathing, we're the ones that keep fighting.
20 years of Gears is such a milestone. It is such an honor and also a huge responsibility to make sure we deliver on the story of Gears.
Nicole.
It always comes back to the squad. It always comes back to this theme of getting through the absolute shittiest of times with somebody else who constantly has your back. And that's Marcus and Dom's story. The story of the original trilogy. The story of E-Day. And the story I think we can all relate to.
Thanks for pushing through. Couldn't have done it alone.
You got it.
Having the opportunity to have E-Day come out in the same year as the 20th anniversary of Gears, the quarter-century anniversary of Xbox, it's almost like a homecoming. It's like returning back to our roots and saying, fuck yeah, we're back. And we have so many more stories to tell. It's an incredible honor and one that we want to make sure that we do right.
From a vantage point, Marcus surveys the smoldering Kelowna skyline. Another gear approaches.
Ty. What a nightmare. Untouched, but in 80 years. Destroyed 2 nights.
Mike.
For us, the heart of Gears has always been about the bonds you make in the darkest of times. Inside the studio, we rally around a simple phrase: never fight alone. It guides how we build our stories, our gameplay, and our world. It's how we work as a team and the commitment we make to you, our fans. Everything comes back to that important idea of sharing life's experiences, the highs and lows, together. And E-Day is the best expression of never fight alone that we've ever made. Whether you'll be picking up a Lancer for the first time ever, or you're battle-hardened as Marcus Phoenix, there's always a place for you in the Gears squad when Emergence begins on October 6th.
A chopper flies low overhead as Kelowna burns. Title: Gears of War E-Day. Emergence begins October 6th, 2026.
6 de
In a
outubro
montage, snippets of gameplay are shown.
desse
A
ano
warrior
ainda.
stands before flames. A clockwork gauntlet is revealed. Dracula's castle looms. Isabel turns.
I know why you're here.
Senua's face sinks into gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, take your seats.
Napoleon dons a signet ring. Birds fly past mountain pagodas. Villages burn. Marcus wields a snub as an e-hole appears. The twisted warden roars. The slayer takes up his spear.
Are you ready to get to it?
Chief deploys an energy sword. Jenny investigates the tree hollow. Armies clash. Soldiers salute. Heroes toast with tankards. Ulysses glares.
Do you expect us to go quietly?
A warrior swipes a straight sword.
I've proven myself.
Have you really?
The taxi drifts around corners and vaults over jumps.
I have come here to destroy you.
Welcome to the surface.
The magpie starts fires. Jacob flourishes his wand. Missiles streak over a city. The cult raises their arms. Spyro soars. Titles appear for Clockwork Revolution and Gears of War E-Day, Xbox console exclusives. Titles for all of the games hover before an ethereal background. In translucent green, the Xbox logo.
Cada jogo massa, né?
Text appears below the Xbox
Obrigado por
logo.
assistir.
Thank you for watching. Audio description provided by Descriptive Video Works. Written and
Então,
narrated
gente,
by Janissary.
essa foi a live. Espero que vocês gostaram. Deixa eu ver se compartilhei. Tchau. Se inscreva no canal.